come back to Helper Dad. Fidelity offers a range of low-cost index funds and ETFs that are well-suited for retirement savings, and this guide highlights some of the top choices for various investment strategies. We'll be looking at 2019 data to illustrate fund performance trends, but remember to always check current data before making any investment decisions. First up is the Fidelity Zero Total Market Index Fund, or FZROX, which offers broad market exposure with a zero expense ratio. It tracks a market cap-weighted index of U.S. stocks, offering diversified exposure, and is good for long-term growth. However, it's a relatively new fund, and it's exclusively available at Fidelity, making it a core holding for aggressive retirement savers. EXT, we have the Fidelity Zero International Index Fund, or FZILX, providing international stock market exposure also with a zero expense ratio. It tracks a market cap-weighted index of international stocks, diversifying beyond the U.S. market, and good for long-term growth. Similar to FZROX, it's relatively new and exclusive to Fidelity, but it complements FZROX nicely for global diversification. The third option is the Fidelity 500 Index Fund, FXAIX, which tracks the S&P 500, a benchmark for large-cap U.S. stocks. It replicates the performance of the S&P 500 index, has a very low expense ratio, and is highly liquid and widely recognized, making it excellent for core U.S. equity exposure. Keep in mind that it's limited to large-cap stocks and doesn't offer the full market exposure of FZROX, but it's a solid core holding for broad U.S. large-cap exposure. The Fidelity Total Market Index Fund, or FSKX, gives you exposure to the entire U.S. stock market, including small and mid-cap companies, by tracking a broad market index. It boasts a low expense ratio, offers diversified exposure across market capitalizations, and has the potential for higher growth than the S&P 500. It may be slightly less liquid than FXAIX, but it's a great core holding for comprehensive U.S. equity exposure. Finally, there's the Fidelity International Index Fund, FSPSX, which offers broad exposure to international developed markets. It tracks a market cap-weighted index of non-U.S. stocks, features a low expense ratio, diversifies globally, and provides exposure to established international economies. The downside is that it doesn't include emerging markets, making it best for international equity exposure focused on developed nations. In conclusion, these Fidelity Index funds and ETFs can provide a solid foundation for retirement investing. Remember to consider your own risk tolerance, time horizon, and investment goals when choosing funds, and always research current fund performance and expense ratios before investing. It's also wise to consult with a financial advisor. Thanks for watching. See you next time on Helper Dad.